the definition of tall boy problems is doing this T-bar row and not being able to have the full 20 kilo plates on here because my arms are too long, so I can't get the stretch. So I have to load this up with a bunch of 10 kilo plates. Otherwise, my range of motion just goes to absolute poop. Anyway, guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Actually, hold that thought. Let me do this second working set here. Aiming for 6 to 7 would be wonderful. 3. Nice. Probably better do the intro when I'm not about to do a set. But yeah, welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. We've been consistent with the uploads this week, so we're the second one this week, and I aim to try and get another one up towards the end of the week. But this one, as I very sexually straddle this T-bar row, today I want to talk to you guys about ego, and our ego, or lack of awareness of our ego, is one of the biggest reasons that we stay stuck. Because you see, our ego's job, its main job, is to actually protect us from growth, from change, because it has created an identity and an ecosystem with beliefs and actions and how we see ourselves and what our life looks like, etc., around who we are, around our current ways of doing things. So anytime we try and change, be that lose weight, add muscle, attract a new level of relationship, start a business, and do things that we are unfamiliar with, it will do anything it can to stop us from changing, because change means that it has to go through this ego death. And if we don't understand what it's doing, what to look for, and how to navigate this period, we risk self-sabotage, and we risk this yo-yo back and forth with our results that has become so damn common. So one of the most common ways that your ego will be keeping you stuck that you can look out for is whenever you have this negative self-talk. Now, how common is that? We hear, don't talk negatively to yourself, but what is that? Why is that actually there? And again, that is your ego trying to reinforce to you of why you cannot do something, right? You've obviously had these dreams, these desires, these visions. Maybe you actually started working with a coach and you've taken that first step and you are working towards becoming better in whatever area of life it might be. And then suddenly you get hit with that inner critic, that harsh voice where you start doubting yourself. You're like, oh, am I doing enough? Maybe I should be doing more. Am I making progress? And that voice fills your head mercilessly until you just can't take it anymore, and you give in and you stop. Because guess what that means? If you stop, if that little voice is able to derail you like that, then your ego gets to stay the same. You don't actually grow. You stay exactly as you are. Your ego is happy because it doesn't have to change, and we have another failed transformation. So whenever you start talking negatively to yourself, catch yourself and understand that that is nothing more than your ego trying to stop you from doing something. And the way I like to look at it, and the way I teach my clients, is the louder that doubt gets, the louder that little voice becomes, either the closer you are to a massive breakthrough, or the more worried that ego is. So whatever you're working towards, that goal that you're chasing is so big, and it's going to create so much change in your life that your ego is getting louder and louder and louder, trying to stop you. So another way that our ego can keep us stuck is, and again, just remembering that our ego's sole intention is to keep us safe, all right? So any form of growth is considered unsafe. And another way it can do this is through comparison. So think about it. Whenever you scroll social media, or you're in a gym like this and you're looking around and you're worried about how other people are viewing you, or you're comparing yourself to others, what is that reinforcing to you? That you are not good enough as you are, that you are below them on the hierarchy, because it knows that if it makes you feel less than, if it makes you you feel inferior, then you are going to stop doing what you're doing, right? You're going to get down on yourself. You're going to beat yourself up. And what that does is going to continue to confine you to your exact identity, your exact body, your exact way of doing things that you have always done. So anytime you're on Instagram and you see that person that looks incredible and you start being like, oh, I wish I looked like that, or I can never look like that, again, that is triggering that negative self-talk, which is going to sabotage you, which is going to, throw you off track, which means you are not going to grow and progress and go through that ego death, because our ego deems that to be unsafe, right? It doesn't like the unknown. So again, when you do find yourself in that comparison mindset, do your best to get away from it. Put the phone down, right? Have some affirmations you can go through. There's a process that I take my clients through called reverse reality that has these tools and these triggers built in. So whenever they feel this coming on, or they start to doubt themselves, or they have the negative self-talk, or they're in the gym and they start comparing themselves, they literally have this process dialed into their consciousness that they can go to, run through a few steps to completely reverse the effect that this has, right? I have a free training on this. It's called Reverse Reality, and if you want it, drop a comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram, and I will send it through to you. But yeah, comparison is another way that our ego will look to keep us stuck. Hey guys, just going to interrupt my own video quickly to let you know that if you're enjoying my content and if you would like to know more, learn more, or have more access to me, there are 2 links down below in the description that could be of use for you. The first is to my email list. So this is where I email pretty much every day, at least 5 to 6 times a week, where I'm giving extra value, I'm telling personal stories, and I'm just writing and expressing myself more than I do on any other platform. They can be a great place to learn things and just immerse yourself in more of the things that I talk about. And the other is the waitlist to join the Inner Circle. Now, the Inner Circle is my 6-month private mentoring space. It's a combination of one-on-one and group coaching, and it's where I bring gym goers in that are ready to break free from all of their struggles, all of their self-doubt, all of the past failed transformations, so we can actually do the inner work and create the physical transformation that they've been dying to achieve, right? It's not like your traditional training and nutrition programming. It's not your traditional online coaching stuff. It is very, very unique, and it's not something that I really see being done in the space. It's something that I'm incredibly proud of. So you'll find a link down below for the waitlist for the next intake. So I invite you to check those out. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of the video. And the third way that our ego can keep us stuck, and again, bear in mind, there are a lot of different ways, but these are the 3 most common. The third is most commonly seen when we enter what I call the void. And this is a space where you actually have started to make some progress, right? You've started to lose weight, your body started to change, you started to feel more confident, and things are actually finally turning. You've been able to resist or transcend that ego through the initial parts of whatever journey you're on. But then you get to this point where you're in the midst of things. So you're not who you used to be. You have grown a little bit, but you're also not who you are wanting to become yet. And you're in the middle space. And again, this is what I call the void. It's the unknown. You're kind of in between identities. And this is where our ego will strike, right? Because it knows you're vulnerable, because it understands that, okay, I have nearly lost my grip here. We have nearly evolved. We have nearly had the breakthrough. We have nearly done what we said we were going to do. But again, it still doesn't want that. It still thinks that we are doing something that is unsafe. So it will throw absolutely everything at you when you're in this void to get you to go back. And this is why so many people end up self-sabotaging. They experience yo-yo results because they start to do well, and then they get into this space where things feel like they're all collapsing around them, which is their old reality, right? They actually start to become this new person, but it is scary because it is so unknown. And again, ego is like, okay, they're vulnerable here. I'm going to do what I can to pull them back. I'm going to fill their head with doubt. I'm going to have them compare. I'm going to have them fear judgment. I'm going to make them believe that they're not doing enough and that nothing is actually working as well as they think they are. So they end up throwing in the towel and going back to comfort, going back to that old identity. And I have a specific call that I take clients through around the time that I think they're going to be in this void, where we start to understand what to look for when we are in this space, right? It's where everything feels like it's crashing down around you, which most people think is a bad thing, but that is actually a good thing for one, and it is a test for two, right? Because to be able to build this new body, this new identity, new life, whatever it is you're building, we have to let the old stuff go away, right? It's like trying to build a skyscraper where an old one was. We have to demolish that old skyscraper to allow for this new one to come in, right? So in that space, we need to hold firm. We need to understand that it's going to feel a bit icky because it's unknown and we haven't actually been here before, but the only way we're going to end up achieving the things we want is to stick through it, even though that ego will be so damn loud trying to pull us back. I really got to start finishing these videos on the day that I shoot them, but it is the next morning, and yeah, I just wanted to do this last clip and wrap this video up. I hope you found it useful. I think understanding ego and some of the things that I've spoken about on this video can be an absolute game changer, right? And it's so easy to always focus on the strategy, on the program, on the nutrition plan, on the external things that are more exciting. But when we can truly get a grasp and understand our inner world, our ego, and why we experience things like the negative self-talk, the comparison, the being in the void, fear of judgment, self-sabotage, all these different things, when we can truly get to the bottom of them and understand what the root cause of them are, we can stop trying to solve all these different things that are presenting themselves on the surface, which is where most people look, and we can actually go within and eliminate the root cause. And then as a result of that, all these things in our physical and external reality will take care of themselves. And once you learn this, once you master this, then the things you want to create tangibly in your reality become a lot easier, because it's like we've taken the handbrake off. We've gotten rid of all these things that have continued to anchor you to your old self and have made your results feel really hard. And this is a big thing that I aim to do myself and with my clients and those that are in the inner circle. So yeah, I hope you've found this video useful, valuable. If you've got any questions, drop a comment down below. Yeah, I've been really enjoying doing these uploads. Again, if you're on my email list, then you'll know that I'm doing my best to start stepping away from social media more, meaning like Instagram and TikTok specifically, and focusing more on these YouTube videos, longer form videos where I can actually speak in depth on a topic and connect with you guys. And I'm going to be starting a little bit of a series that is going to be more documenting my physical progress. So I'm going to be doing sort of two types of videos. It's going to be documenting my process to get to as lean a place as I've ever gotten with my body, to see a physique that I've never gotten. So that's going to be its own series in and of itself, which will likely be the next video that I upload here. And then the other type of video will be more of what I've done today, where I'm actually deep diving into a topic, dissecting things and giving you guys some tangible things that you can use. So yeah, I'm excited for this next chapter, this next journey. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, it means a lot. As I said, I think in the last video, I've got a subscriber goal that I'm doing my best to work towards. So any help with that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.